Amy Girard.
Yay!
Our fan group is here. Amy Girard is a poet and a singer-songwriter who can be found doing all sorts of live events in her beloved New West, Burnaby, Port Moody, and Vancouver. She smiles big, remembering that her first time out at both the Poetry Slam in New West and in East Van each resulted in taking home second prize.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow. Bravo.
The hot lights and the dazzle of the music open mic stages in East Van and New Westminster are her favorite places to play her banjo, guitar, and ukulele. Amy also does event planning and promoting, most notably at the Renaissance Bookstore's features with open mic events and the Odyssey from Site to Site. Thank you, Amy, for coming so far from Renaissance Books.
Thank you. I'm going to tell a story today. So you can hear me?
Maybe a little bit up.
This one needs to be closer to
Yeah.
you. Yes, it does.
Okay.
And it's very directional.
Yeah.
The floor is sticky here.
I know.
It's like you're not going anywhere. No stage fright allowed.
How's that?
How's that?
Yeah.
Sounds better. All right. So there's a woman, a wife, a mother, who feels the first stirrings, the dawning of realization that something's not okay anymore. Breath, one big, one small. Sounds of night, sounds of those near, lover on my left, child on my right. These sounds keep me warm at night. As night turns to day, the sounds seem to slip away. The sounds so close at night are hard to find in this bright light. My child is close, he's on my right. My lover, though, has taken flight. Parenthood is a gift for sure, but one only the strongest can endure. She contemplates what this means and waits, observes. She sees that she is not the only one discontent. And this next one is what she observes watching her husband. Reaching for the bottle, hitting the rum, you stay up late to get you some. Slowly your mouth comes undone. Out spills resentment and discontent. This is the truth. Your tongue is loose. We are around your neck like a noose. You think you want us, but you don't. You want the frame, but not the picture. You want what we could be, but not what we are. Why do you bother? Why live this life when you want another? We're not your millstone weighing you down. You hurt yourself and bring on your own crown. So she decides to bring more joy into her life and begins to come alive, which is a surprise as she didn't know that she wasn't alive before. She couldn't have known what she'd never known. And with this new birth, her self-growth, comes a surprising revelation. She realizes her current life is going to change. Feeling like a fireball, ignited, delighted, weaving into my life's skin many things that excite me, ignite me, delight me, punching holes in my old life, fearing upcoming strife, trying to let the words of the wise sink in, embrace annihilation to begin this new life I'm dreaming of living in. So many fears to let drop, so many thoughts to stop. A child, a man, precious kin. The worry keeps me boxed into this tidy little role, wife, mother, yet I yearn to be a lover. What's the path that honors all? I want to live and give. I want to embrace and be embraced. Feel my heart race. Oh, to have true love's taste constantly on my lips, savoring every drop of it, keeping this fire lit. So she decides to end her marriage. The light grows cold here, colder than the moon. Thoughts are shifting, swaying back and forth. I'm all that's left for me here on Mother Earth. The candles are put out, mother, husband, kin. Just me left in this life I'm living. I know this is how I am meant to begin. It's dark and cold. In with the new, out with the old. I'm calm, I'm sure. My soul is quiet tonight, resting in the twilight of the moon that was my witness. Witness that I did this, opened the door to my new forevermore, started out with firm steps into my new life, no regrets. But as she leaves, her ex-husband tries to get her to give herself back to him. What you want is pieces of me handed over to you so freely. I am not a platter, a plate, something served up for dinner at 7:45. You want my soul, the pieces that push me to grow. How can I possibly show what in 13 years you have yet to know? I'm teetering, trying to believe in the story you are weaving. I remember so many yesterdays when I was in this place. No words can erase the mark left from those days, the hanging feeling of haze of yesterdays promising to be some days, of dropped dreams, pretending they'll be better one of these days. So he tries something different. He tries to charm her back to him. Gentle words and a warm caress. He's reeling me in, holding me skin to skin. Oh, this is sweet. I'm melting. Where has this been? I can hold this. I can take this. It's mine and I own it. The world smiles upon it. A marital touch consecrated by a ring, a day signing of our lives away. Why do I fight it? In this moment, it's so easy, it deceives me. But hold on. This isn't a joyride. This is your life ride. Like a roller coaster, ups and downs, twists and bends, flips and turns, taking you round and round. Watch out. The end is the beginning. Right back at you, babe. I don't want you, babe. I'm getting off. Tearing out the safety harness, getting off this ride, mid-stride. It may seem rash, but compared to life with you, it's harmless. And then society tries to scare her back into her marriage with prophecies of doom and darkness, but she knows her new path feels right and trusts her heart. What is it that captures a dragonfly? What is the interest in a fly who is a dragon, traveling life's road in a rickety wagon made by hands that don't understand the diagram which lays down how to build a smooth ride? But she builds it anyways, not caring what anyone says, follows her own ways, placing each piece of wood where she thinks it should be, then gets on and goes down the road where few toes have plodded, down the path that she knows she must. Takes her dragon wings and follows the road her heart told her to travel down, past so many towns, lights on and hearse lit, will families sit side by side, wondering how they got stuck on this ride, while outside the dragon flies by. light bouncing off her wings, catching the eye of each passerby who dares to wonder what it's like to live life as it was meant, with a heart fully lit and engaged in everything they told it to disregard, because it's too hard to have what you want. So you must learn to hold only those things told to you by others ever since you left your mother's womb and became entombed by other people's death traps, their mummy wraps, white linen used for spinning, the tale of how life is not what you feel, only what you see is real, and real is hard and cold, and the road is just a road going no place. It's a rat race. Do what you're told. Don't be bold. Life comes at a price, and I'm selling you the real deal. Buy it. Sell your soul, because life is just this. Dig a hole and step in. Dismiss everything your heart says, because she is nothing but an unfaithful mistress. But, of course, even though she's feeling sure and strong, she has her moments of doubt and darkness. There's a crack in my wall, and I'm not sure how far I'll fall when the stones tumble down and there's pieces of me lying around. Pieces for someone to pick at, look at, when it suits them. In fact, that's how it goes on this road, and I've been told I need to fix me so I can clearly see what it is that I'm pushing out to sea, to be rolled around in crashing waves, smashed against the broken mast, rain pouring so hard I can't see past to my destiny. Sea is all I see, tossed and troubled, dark and bubbled, frothing at the mouth, wanting to let out a scream so deep and dark it'll likely scare the creatures that usually bear the remark, how can it be? It looks so miserly. So she takes some time processing all that's going on, blaming, gaining clarity and strength. Onion layers peeled back, eyes water and sting, pain before pleasure, pleasure wrapped up in a surprising disguise. Oh, but is my faith strong enough? Is my judgment sound? Will the layers bring forth nourishing life, or will they reveal a rotten core, bruised, black and purple, life oozing out with a putrid smell? Will I take shelter in the promise, the knowledge that if my mind dares to compare my trial to the act of peeling an onion, that there is hope hidden there? Rare to open an onion and not be gifted with a beautiful root. Are not onions the survivors of nature's wars? They thrive against all odds. I'm against all odds. The odds they warn us against, scare us against, the odds imprinted on my 3-year-old mind, scarred into my mother's memory. She worries for me, and I worry as an extension. My family is falling apart, she says, and for this she will weep. Weep as the onion skin is pulled back. I reach for fresh air. I need to clear my eyes so I can see what I am holding in front of me. And in the end, she knows her choice was right and sees this, sees the support for her choice in the peace that change has brought to her son's life. Keen eye, my punky guy. I smell camping and wonder why. He says it's the flowers as we wander by our place. He's so self-assured, feels at place in this world. World full of mom, full of dad. Some may say it's sad. Sad our family is two, not one. But as one, our world constantly felt like it was coming undone. As two, we live and breathe, have space to be free. Free of that painful rut we had gotten stuck in. No one able to please anyone, too many differences to possibly create a home that would nurture our son. So we split. I said I was done with it. I struck the death blow. Death of our marriage, death of my old lover's soul, and now he had to find a way to survive death alive. Well, I went to work on learning to thrive, not just survive, so I could watch myself come alive, so I could thrive, so I could be alive, and provide a home where my son can grow and go wherever it is his soul will guide him, now that he knows he has two places to go to call home, instead of just one that was not whole, that only trapped people in its illusionary space, a space society would say is the place to stay, but would only suffocate and decimate the soul of each person that it contained, while playing that traditional role, never allowing them to possibly be whole. And of course, all of this takes time. All of these journeys that I've talked about. And at the end of her marriage, a year passed, during which this took place. But there was a final hurdle, and that was the slaying of the divorce dragon. I am a strong woman. I have faced the dragon called divorce and slayed it while it was still standing, breathing, steaming. I have entered the dragon lair and emerged triumphant. The labyrinth with its dark oak walls and musty smells, red carpet and inhabitants who are rough, turned bitter with time, have no hold on me, no hold of fear or dismay. I swung open the door and stepped boldly inside, knowing this was my life and I was going to live it my way, the right way. Court registry clerk, defeated. Forms, completed. Even with a sign of support from the universe as my bill for 3 coffees came to $3.53. Exact change I had in wallet. Noted by man who owns the dollar store photocopier with his words that held so much more meaning than surface dwellers could ever divine from them. You are a lucky woman, he said. He knew what I was making exact triplicate replicas of. He was not blind. First page titled Notice of Family Claim. His eyes glancing over it as he helped me feed those papers into his new age magic machine. The labyrinth had one last try at me. Me, so innocent, assuming forms completed meant I had already defeated Divorce Dragon. Court clerk said, "Now you have to serve the papers." I asked, "Did they give you instructions?" "No," she says, "you have to go to duty council for instructions." In the labyrinth, duty council is a dreaded word. Picture one person standing sentinel at a desk, while people, piled upon people, wait their turn. So many needing help and only one there to give it. And there's even more needing help than the eye can see, as some wander in, having had to go, feed their bodies, then return to wait and wait for an audience with the duty council. But me, I smile. I see a horde of people and know why earlier I had been through so many fires when I had come to slay the child custody dragon in this old labyrinth, founded by our forefathers in 1981. Now I know why I had been sent down so many different paths, arms of the labyrinth. I had been granted the gift of knowledge with my first passage, my first triumph over the seemingly oppressive maze of provincial courts. So I turned from the scene of layers upon layers of people waiting for much needed time from duty council and left that 4th floor den and went to room 232, which is where I knew a lawyer sat. Appointments only, the sign said, and I had none. But I needed none. I knew I could just walk right in if the door was open, and I did. 5 minutes later, I was done. Instructions in hand, ready to stand and deliver Serve those papers, notice of family claim, divorce dragon slain. Thank you.